my last video, I told you that while I had to pay out a bundle for car expenses, I was so depressed. I went to Goodwill and I found this bundle of lace. Now I've taken the lace out of the plastic container, which was about this size. Wow, look at all this lace. I am going to have fun with this lace, as you saw when I put the ink tints on this. Now we're going to talk about this lace with the ink tints on it in this video a little bit later. But wow, how fun it was to do this. And I do think I'll go ahead and complete distressing the rest of this in the same manner, because I really like, this is completely dry now, and I really do like even both sides of it. I'm having a hard time figuring out which side I'm going to use. What else did I get? Well, I did pick this up. Now this says down here in the corner, this was also at Goodwill, this says Christmas of 2008. But I thought, look, for $2 you get these stickers, ribbon, more stickers, a stack of cards, and I can tell, if you look in here, you probably can't tell, but there are some striped cards behind the green ones here. And I can take things like that piece of that ribbon and put it over, even like over the 2008 or over the Christmas 2008. And this can go in a glue book. I got this. This was a yellow sticker item at Goodwill, so I paid 50 cents for it. I love black and white photos. I have fallen in love with black and white photos. And this book is by, well, it's a collection of personalities from the Sunflower State. Larry Hatburg's Kansas People. And if you read on here, Larry Hatburg was, this exciting book is based on the works of Larry Hatburg, a national award-winning KAKE TV photojournalist and news anchor. Look at these photos. Just look at them. And I think what attracts me to these is these are Midwest people. And I love how he's captured their personalities. Love them. Just love these photos. So, mini book review, 50 cents. Love it. I did go to Hobby Lobby. I found some stickers on the clearance shelf for $1.24. Yes, these will go in my December Daily Holiday Art Journal, 1 through 25. Yes. And, of course, I had to visit the aisle that had all the paper and journals. And I happened to be in the aisle the same time that a clerk was putting journals out, and she had a cart full of discounted journals. She told me that I could go through that cart of journals and pick out what I wanted. Before she even put them on the shelf, she let me snoop through them. I love clerks that let you do that. She offered. I didn't even have to ask. She saw me looking at these journals, and she happened to be in the aisle at the same time I was, and she said, if you're interested, you can just go through that cart and pick out what you want, because the half-priced ones or the discounted ones were not even on the shelf yet. And this is a sketchbook. There are 192 pages. The weight of the paper is only 60 pounds, and that's pretty thin, but it is sketch. This is not multimedia paper, but the reason I chose it, not only for the price, $15, but I love the size of it. I love the size of it. I like to work larger. And I'm thinking, you know, I use watercolor and my ink tints in composition books, and yes, it wrinkles the paper somewhat, but this paper is a little bit heavier than composition book paper, and I'm loving the size of this. So even though I'm not going to work in this book right away, I had to get it for the value of it. we're back at what I'm going to do for today. My drop paper, I was amazed at how many of you loved the drop paper. Because for me, this is not finished yet. To me, this is still kind of messy. But I got a lot of positive comments on this drop paper. And you're seeing it in a different light, with different lighting today. This is the morning hours, late morning, early afternoon. I will be working on this. When I worked on it last night, I had to use my lamp light. I have a light off to my right, and I have an light off to my left. So it's kind of artificial lighting, so you don't get a true lighting. And then by the time I take the video and take a photograph and put it in my photo editor, it loses some of the originality of the piece itself. And I will say this is simply craft paint. Because it's dry now, I can touch it, and I want to do more to this. The other thing I want to do in this video is catch up with some of my year 2017 pages. In June, I did the ATCs, and then June, July, and August, and here we are in September, and I've kind of veered off. And it's not that I've lost interest or anything like that, it's just that there's so much out there. There are so many fascinating things to do, but I do want to keep up my year 2017. Now in June, I did the ATCs, and I have 4 pages that I'm working on. They're just about complete. I'll show those in another video. July's prompt was loved ones, and I did sketches of my mother and father. You'll see those in another video. But I decided to put those in the section in my composite art journal where I'm showing all my faces. So I want to go back and do another July prompt of loved ones. Now I'm going to use this lace that I colored with Inktense because Aunt Beck's Creations, asked an interesting question. She wanted to know if this Inktense would come off on a page that we're using. Now my first reaction was no, it's Inktense, it's dry, it's set, and especially if you heat set it. I have not heat set this other than I did dry it partially. But Inktense, usually when it's dry, will not come off. But I'm saying that with a grain of salt because I know from experience, this is dry, but this is on a tin lid, and I can reactivate this. Let's do that right now. I can reactivate this. Watch, this is my spritzer, and I'm just going to spritz it. And look, this is reactivated. I can use this. So I think a lot of it depends on what you put it on, what substrate are you using it on. Now, will this reactivate? Let's try it out. Let's just try it out. I'm just going to spray it here because I want my background page here to be earth tone colors. So let's just see if we can reactivate what's here. I'm giving this a good spray of water, and I'm just going to kind of smoosh it around. Look. So I am seeing some color come off on that. Now, I did not heat set it a long time on here. I did kind of swoosh my heat gun over it as I was drying it, but I, for the most part, let this air dry. So I would be careful what you're using it on. If you're using it on a fine piece of art that you don't want any smudging or smearing, which is not where I'm at, because smudging and smearing in all my journals is just fine. And I wanted a fall sepia distress tone on this page anyway. So I would say go with heat activation. If you do something like this, do not put it on a piece unless you test it on a piece or on a similar piece of paper. Test it out before you actually use it and make sure that it's doing what you want. If you don't want something like this to happen, then make sure you test it. This does not bother me because I'm going to be coloring all of this anyway. So we're back to the July prompt of loved ones. And as I said, I did a sketch of my mother and my father, and that was fine. I put it in another section. So I want to do another prompt of loved ones. So what I chose is I went through my photographs. This is my grandfather when he was a little boy. And don't ask me what year it was. It's probably in the 1880s, I would guess. Maybe the late 1880s. But look, he's got a lace collar, and he's even got some sort of a button. And this is a little boy when they dressed him in longer cloaks, and he's got interesting little shoes on. Now, this is of a scanned print of the photograph. This is not the original photograph, and I debated several times whether I was going to actually use this. And I decided I would, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fall colors, even though it's July. I love the sepia tones of this print, and I love how it goes with this lace that I created. But what I want to do is do some sketching around this. And I'm going to put my fall backgrounds Inktense on there, and then I'm going to sketch him in the background, and then I will attach my photograph and have the sketch come in the background. That's where I'm going with this. I'm going to fast forward. After I get done creating the page, you'll see me come back and work more on my drop paper and do some more. This is, for me, is not finished. I have more I want to do to it. So when I'm finished, I'll come back and show you the results. this is my finished page. I'm really happy with it. Now, I know his face does not look exactly like the young one's face, but that's okay. What I like about this is he looks like a young man here. And in those days, they dressed their young boys with lace collars, and he even has a big button that almost looks like a cameo. On this side, I do have that lace that I distressed with very distressed colors, earth tones, dark colors that a young boy would enjoy, getting in the dirt and playing. So I am very happy with this in the long run. It is, here again, more representative than realistic. I don't care. This is an expression. It's not meant to be a portrait. Now, what I'm going to do is work on my desktop. I want to do more to this. I'm getting there with this. I put in a lot of leaves. Some of that paint in there is kind of smeary, but I'm not done yet. I'm layering those leaves. Like these leaves are falling. I may go in and put in some more snatches of branches in here, but the paint's wet and I want to layer it, so I'm going to let this dry. As you can see, this side is not very well developed yet, but I'm getting there. I may not put as many leaves over there. I may let them flow down here and put some up there. I don't know. I'm just playing with this. This is craft paint. This is fun art play. Here's my finished page. I showed this to you before, but right at the end here, I want to show it again without putting it completely down on the drop paper. So, yeah, I'm really happy with how these are turning out. I'm loving these fall colors. I got some happy mail today. I don't know who it's from, but look at it. It's from California, that's all I know. I know a few artists in California, so let's turn it over and open it up. I have an idea who this might be from, but let's check and see. I love this washi tape. I love this washi tape. I will be using that in my glue book. This just came just a few minutes ago, so I just have to open it up while I'm doing this video. Let's see what's in here. Oh, let's see who this is from first. Oh, this is from Dawn. Oh, how nice. She says, "Dear Meri, love watching you do your art. So much fun. Looking forward to many more videos." I think this is Dawn at Let's Make a Mess Today. Doing that, Dawn. Let's see what she did. Oh, I love her art. Thank you so much, Dawn. Oh, look what she sent. A puzzle piece. Yes. Created by Dawn at Let's Make a Mess Today. And it's a magnet, guys. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, Dawn, you don't know how timely this is. You will be seeing this show up on a piece not too long from now, maybe in the next month. But, oh, wow, look at this. Look what she did. Look at this. Dawn, this is wonderful. Wonderful. Created by Dawn at Let's Make a Mess. I think it's Let's Make a Mess Today is her YouTube channel. Oh, look, and there's a little part of a playing card, it looks like, because it's got the... See, look. Wow. Dawn. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you so much. This is just perfect. This is just so much appreciated, Dawn. Thank you so much. I just love it. I just love it. I will see you on the next page.